Bringing you analysis and insight into the Crimson Tide. Your Crimson Cover hosts, John Copeland, Mike Parker, and Chase Goodbread. Sponsored by Burnham Hahn. And now, Crimson Cover.
Welcome in once again to Crimson Cover Television on WVUA 23. I'm Chase Goodbread of NFL.com. Joined as always by our senior recruiting analyst, Mike Parker, to my left. Glad to have him back after a week off. Also, John Copeland to my right, the Crimson Tide's 1992 All-America defensive end. We've got plenty to come at you with here on Crimson Cover. Of course, we're going to be recapping Alabama's rout over Tennessee in Knoxville. A little bit of injury news for the Crimson Tide. We'll have some recruiting news for you. A little bit of targeting controversy in the news around the SEC and with Alabama's upcoming game as well. We've got a picks contest segment coming that's going to have a little more juice than usual. We've had some movement in the standings finally. But we'll begin with Alabama's rout of Tennessee, 58-21, the final score on the road. The Crimson Tide jumps out to another fantastic start. They're up 28-0 after just a quarter. Tua Tagovailoa does his thing once again. 4 more touchdown passes for the Crimson Tide sophomore. And John, I know this is a series that, for you, going back to your playing days, used to be ultra competitive, and it's just not. I mean, this is 12 in a row now, and it seems like year after year, it's just not close.
You know, when I got to the capstone, well, by the time I left the capstone, we had won 8 in a row. So it haven't been that competitive in a while. I mean, you went through a period there where it was when Alabama was really down. But you know. But
even then, some of those games were tight.
True. And but the thing is, though, I don't think the SEC is really the SEC unless Tennessee is playing good football. You need Tennessee, you need Florida, you need those two teams to be playing really good football for the SEC to be the SEC.
I love watching Tennessee get the brakes beat off them. I can't help it. I can't stand Tennessee.
I don't like Tennessee either, but I dislike Tennessee more than I dislike Auburn. But I still,
it's a close one.
But it's good for the league when that team is good.
I agree with you. I do agree with that.
Yes.
It was not close, and another one of these just bananas statistics for Tua Tagovailoa now, John. After 8 games, 2/3 of the way through the regular season, he's now got 25 touchdown passes and only 45 incompletions. So he's throwing more than a touchdown pass for every 2 incompletions.
And he's got 0 interceptions. 0.
It's just unreal.
That's unreal.
I've never seen it. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Oh, the video game. Those are video game stats.
Right.
On
the rookie setting.
That is unreal. Yes, that is unreal.
And one thing that we can't forget about is these wide receivers, and including the tight end, Irv Smith, are phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, they're unreal. They're not the biggest guys in the world, but they can run. And they can, once they catch the ball, they're taking that thing to the house.
They don't need much of a crack in the secondary to break one a long way.
It's by committee. I mean, one goes down, Devontae Smith goes out. You put the freshman in, Jalen Waddle. He has, 120-something yards and a 77-yard touchdown. It's and Mike Loxley, the offensive coordinator.
He's doing an excellent job.
I mean, this offense, unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Damian Harris did not start the game. Nick Saban said that was an internal decision. I guess we can translate that as a suspension. He played later in the game. Josh Jacobs, though, gets the start for Alabama, makes the most of it, 62 yards on 12 carries. He also busted a 42-yard kickoff return on his first crack there. Had a strong game.
Make the most of it is 62 yards. Think about the last time. Well, think about when in the past, Alabama running back would have 62 yards.
It would have been a bad game.
But this 62 yards on this offense is a pretty good game.
Well, that's because these guys are only getting 10 carries a game apiece, roughly.
Yeah.
It is a different Alabama offense.
I mean, 12 for 62 is more, I think it's more than a little more than 5 a carry. Nothing wrong with that, but. Jacobs looked good. Forget the numbers.
Yeah.
Good.
When he is healthy, you just forget how good he really is. You called it at the beginning of the year. You said you thought he was going to have over 1,000 yards, combined.
He's not going to. Oh, well, he's not going to have near 1,000 yards.
I know,
None of them are.
But that's just the way, cookies crumbling this year. But
I think it's obvious that this coaching staff trusts Josh Jacobs more at this point than they do Najee Harris. Otherwise, Najee would have gotten the start. I mean, look, Josh Jacobs is a better pass blocker than Najee Harris in pass pro. There's no question about it. I think he's a better receiver. I think he holds on to the football better. I think he does a lot of things better.
I think he's a better runner.
Yeah, well,
I think he's a better runner.
He's a more aggressive runner.
No question about it.
Najee Harris, for all his physical skills, he likes to bounce things outside.
Yes.
He likes to go with that spin. He doesn't always hit it upfield, I think, is the way the staff may want. Nevertheless, he's leading the team in rushing.
Yes.
It's not like he's had a bad season. He's a very talented and effective running back.
we're getting picky now.
But
when you're critiquing one of the best, Najee Harris is a great running back.
they've got a three-headed monster
He's not better than Jacob.
at that position.
I don't know.
Just not. Well,
I don't know.
I guess I have my style, the type of style that I like as a running back. I like the downhill north and south guys. I like the bruisers. I like the guys that are going to punish tacklers, not get punished when they get tackled.
You don't think Najee Harris is like that?
No, not to the effect that Jacobs is. No.
Couple other notes for you. Isaiah Buggs now leading the team with 8.5 sacks on the season. What a phenomenal year he is having in his final year at the capstone. He's kind of run away from Raekwon Davis. A lot of people thought Davis would be one of the national leaders in sacks. He's off to a slow start. Buggs, on the other hand, has been all over the quarterback this season, helping himself a lot for the NFL draft for sure. A couple personnel moves to note. Deontay Brown gets the start over Lester Cotton at offensive guard.
I like it. A 350-pounder, he gets off the ball. I like it.
And a change at the punter position. Mike Bernier for Skylar DeLong. Bernier gets his first start for the Crimson Tide. So Nick Saban trying a few other things. Injury news, by the way, Jalen Hurts suffers a high ankle sprain, has minor surgery. I don't think it's clear right now when he'll be back. I think he's supposed to be back pretty quick, according to Nick Saban. There you see Hurts. But, John, if Tua Tagovailoa tweets something while Hurts is still out, all of a sudden it's Mac Jones time.
Why do you even say that? Why don't you even say that?
He's trying to jinx us.
I know. Why don't you even say that, Goodbread?
It's fact.
Come on, man. That's not happening.
It's not like Tua hadn't already sprained something.
Don't speak it in existence.
All right.
So.
I'm not speaking it. I'm not speaking anything into existence.
Just be quiet.
If that does happen, this entire offense is going to look a lot different. There's no doubt about that.
We'll be right back here on Crimson Cover. Stay with us at
Even with Jalen in
CCTV
the
on
game, it's gonna
WVUA
look a lot
23.
different.
Yeah, you're right.